Hello everyone, my name is Kobe, and today I'll be showing you 5 features that we need to see in FIFA 22's Pro Clubs. For too long the Pro Clubs community has been neglected by EA, and to be honest, I really had high hopes for FIFA 21, since they started promoting it by claiming that it would be the most social FIFA ever. But then we got this shit. So that's why I took it on myself to show you all the features EA need to add to keep Pro Clubs as the best game mode in FIFA. I've also created some concept art for what these features would look like, so please also let me know what you think of it. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Number 1. The training department. Something we've all been needing is a good way to warm up before our games. And what better way than to do this in the new training department. Here you can train with your team on corners, free kicks and lots of other scenarios. There already exist well organized skill games for single and even multiplayer. So if EA could adjust these skill games a little, you can have some active drills to warm up before games. You can either train to bring up the chemistry in your team or bring up the competitive side and compete in head-to-head skill games. Also, I think it would be a good adjustment if you would be able to get a slight stat boost for completing some of the challenges. A bit like how you improve your stats in career mode, but it wouldn't be permanent of course. Also, as a nice feature to add, would be the ability to join the arena with your teammates. You'd be able to choose if you want to play as one of the attackers or one of the defenders, and of course you would also be able to go in goal. I really wish this was in the game, as I think we would practice here so much. Especially on outnumbered situations, where there would be like 1 goalkeeper and 2 defenders that have to play against 3 attackers. I personally believe that this would be such a good addition to Pro Clubs, and as you can see I also added the Volta feature in it, since I think this is the way EA should have implemented Volta from the start, and definitely not the way they've done it now with their bad gameplay and overhyped celebrities, just to gain some attention to the game mode. Like I mean, they put in the effort to bring Dua Lipa into the game, but Mason Greenwood still looks like his face got trampled by those buffaloes from the Lion King. Adding Volta into Pro Clubs would really open the doors for both modes to gain their full potential. Since then EA would also put a lot more effort into Pro Clubs. Number 2. Substitutions and reconnecting. Now I know that a lot of people would be against substitutions being implemented into Pro Clubs, since you would just see the top teams use spacey players to sub on at the last 10 minutes, and it would all just turn into a sweat fest. But hear me out on this. By in-game substitutions, I mean the ability for people to join while the game is already started. It just happens so many times that myself or someone else comes online to warm up before the competitive games and the team has just started the game, and you have to just sit there for the next 15 minutes just waiting for the game to be over. With this feature you would be able to go on the bench and just watch a game like you would do when you get sent off. Your captain would then be able to sub off a bot and you would be able to simply join mid-game. I just don't see why this feature isn't already in the game, since if you could only sub off bots, the teams wouldn't be able to abuse the system, as it's just for convenience. Going further on this topic, I would also like to have the ability to reconnect to the game after you get kicked out for no apparent reason. I mean, the game knows that your exact player is on the field, so why wouldn't you be able to just reconnect to the game and play further? This would for sure be a welcome feature in competitive Pro Clubs, since it's just so frustrating to have to restart the game because someone lagged out. And with 22 players playing in the same game, it's just bound to happen from time to time. Number 3. In-game leagues. Now continuing on features for competitive play, I would like to see EA add the ability for us to create leagues directly in the game. You can already create tournaments in single player, so why wouldn't it work in Pro Clubs? It would be a nice feature to just see your league table and player stats directly in the game, without having to go to 7 external websites, just to know who you're playing next. Now before everyone goes to the comments and gives me 20 different reasons on why this wouldn't work, let me explain how I see it fit. I think this feature could still work well in combination with an external side, as long as the creators of the league get the ability to change the scoreline after the game is done, in case rules were being broken. You'd also be able to invite your opponent much easier and faster, since you simply have to go to this screen and press the invite button to invite them to the game. Of course, there would still have to be a timer to check if a team doesn't respond in time, and this would also require that kits work correctly and people don't lag out, or at least that they can reconnect, like I mentioned earlier. It would also make organizing small tournaments so much easier, so I really want to see this in next year's Pro Clubs. Number 4. Group celebrations. Now this is a feature I've been wishing to get, or in some sense return, for the last couple years. I just really miss the FIFA 07 days where I could play a perfect ball with Xavi, score an easy goal with Eto'o and then run over to him to see that oh so golden shoe cleaning celebration. I just really want to see more celebrations like this one and like the group celebration dances to just really get that feel of celebrating as a team. Since if you try doing this now, you're just running in circles around each other to hopefully just give a quick high five, since the game doesn't even want players to simply hug or jump on each other's backs during a celebration. And I really miss this team chemistry after every goal we score, since now everyone is forced to just run around each other and perform their individual celebrations. And I know this shouldn't be an exclusive Pro Clubs feature, but after seeing all the crazy celebrations in Volta, it might as well be. Number 5. More customization options. Now the last feature is something that the whole of the community has been screaming for years, and that's more customization options. We've already seen FIFA doing it in Ultimate Team, where you can create your own stadium, but somehow we still have to play in places like Town Park, Crown Lane and some dodgy alleyway in South London. We've seen these incredible hairstyles in the journey and especially in the new Volta game mode, but we still have to play with the same haircut from back in FIFA 11. And then I'm not even talking about boots, tattoos and other stuff. Also, why the fuck haven't we gotten more templates to create our kits? Or why aren't we able to place an existing emblem on a customized kit? I really just get frustrated the more I talk about it. And as I said earlier, I really hope they combine Volta into Pro Clubs, since as you can clearly see, some way or another EA does care about that game mode, even though it makes them no extra money. And I'll be honest guys, I'll happily pay for like a yearly pass to play Pro Clubs, if that would mean EA actually puts a proper team on it. Because if it wasn't clear already, Pro Clubs has the potential to be the best game mode in FIFA, but EA just needs to put the effort in. That was all for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed my suggestions on what we need to see in Pro Clubs in FIFA 22. And let me know what you think of my ideas in the comments down below. Also, if there's any features that I didn't talk about and you would like to see yourself, be sure to drop them in the comments as well. And as always, if you're new here, feel free to subscribe to the channel. We've also already got over 100 members in the Discord server, so if you want to be part of our awesome community, the link will be down in the description. If this video gets a good response, I'll be sure to make a part 2, since I've got a lot of ideas on how to improve Pro Clubs and I would like to share them with you all. But until then, see you next time. Stay safe.